In this video, we'll be talking about the average credit card debt in the UK. If you're someone who uses a credit card, then this information is definitely worth paying attention to. As of November 2022, the average credit card debt per individual in the UK was £1,203. However, this amount differs considerably based on age group. Credit cards can be a great financial tool if used appropriately, but they can also enable destructive spending habits, which can land you in debt. In 2022, about 5 million people in the UK had debts that were larger than £10,000. Looking at statistics related to the average credit card debt in the UK can help us to get an idea of the spending patterns of the average Brit. The total outstanding credit card debt in the UK has been on a steady increase since 2013. At the start of 2020, the average UK debt per household was £2,592, which is a slight decrease from the start of 2019 when it was £2,601. The interest rate on credit cards is usually a lot higher than other forms of loans, and in recent years there have been no signs of that changing. In 2020, the representative interest on credit cards was 20.65%. This represents a steep rise in the interest rates since 2018, during which they were 18.26%. Paying off only the minimum amount of money required on a personal debt that has a high interest rate almost never works and causes you to be in what is called persistent debt. Persistent debt means that the interest rate will make it impossible for you to pay off your debt completely if you keep paying the minimum amount of money required each month. You will have to increase the money that you pay each month if you want to get out of such debt. A large reason why the average interest rate of a credit card is so high is due to the fact that banks and credit card companies tend to write off debts that they're unable to collect. They do not specialise in chasing debt, so when they have trouble collecting a debt owed to them, there's a chance that they'll write it off considering the circumstances. There's a drastic difference when you look at non-property related debt that is held by individuals in different age groups. Only 23% of people in the 16 to 24 age range have non-property financial debt. In contrast, a whopping 51% of individuals in the 25 to 34 age group have some form of non-property financial debt. It's the age group where most people are trying to get settled and get their life in order. A lot of people in this age group tend to buy a house for which they most likely need to get a mortgage. Many individuals also tend to be impulsive during this age and purchase a lot of items that they don't need using their credit card. It's pleasantly surprising to see, however, that of the 51% of individuals in the 25 to 34 age group that have some form of non-property debt, only 13% of them consider that debt to be a heavy burden. This means that while a large amount of people in that age group have debt, most of them have their affairs in order and they have a plan as to how they're going to pay back the debt. The age group that feels the heaviest burden from their debt is the 45 to 54 age group. 43% of these individuals have some form of non-property debt, with about 17% of them considering these debts to be a heavy burden that they're struggling to pay. It's important to be cautious when using credit cards and avoid falling into persistent debt by paying only the minimum amount each month. It's also worth considering other forms of debt that may be affecting your financial situation, such as mortgages or hire purchase agreements. If you're struggling with debt, then there are a number of options here in the UK. Some are free to use and others include fees, and each will have their own pros and cons. If you want to learn more about the solutions available, then we've created a really great form that you might be interested in checking out. Click the link in the description and answer a few multiple choice questions like the total amount of your debt, how many people you owe, your living situation, and we'll connect you with one of our trusted partners so that you can find out more and start taking steps towards improving your financial situation.